Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Pak Madi's Diary, my YouTube channel. And I would like to thank you those who have joined and posted some wonderful comments. I'm very excited this morning to give you this update of what's interesting in the British life and institution. And as you can see, I'm standing here on the ground of Victoria Embankment for this annual race called the Robin Hood Half and Mini Marathon. So if you want to know a bit more about this and how sports features heavily in the British life and institution, stay tuned. Sports is an important part of British life and institution. People can participate in different sports, talk about it with friends, families and colleagues, or become the spectators, watching it in their homes or public places. More than just an industry brought by big clubs and leagues, it is almost a way of life. You must be familiar with all the names such as Manchester United and David Beckham and visitors to UK would visit arenas and football clubs headquarters and then bring home some jerseys and all things that got their logos on as souvenirs. I watched Lord Sebastian Coe 1976 Olympics in Montreal when I was a child, and I remember when he then led the Team GB delegation on their bid for London hosting the 2012 Olympics. London was up against Paris, who, in their presentation for the bid, used the French icon Catherine Deneuve with all the glamour of Paris and her Belle de Jour charm. London won the bid hands down because of this simple but brilliant presentation on how the Olympic Games is actually the games for everybody from all walks of life and not only for the Olympians competing in the arena. It underlines the social values and inclusiveness of sport. London 2012 was a great success. Television stations across UK usually reserve the weekends for sports program. BBC Sport and BBC One on iPlayer features the MOT, or the match of the day, the highlights and analysis on the day's matches from the Premier League, presented by the former England captain Gary Lineker. Going back to Nottingham now, the event I attended recently is the Robin Hood Mini and Half Marathon, which covers the length of the 13 miles across the city, usually done on the last Sunday of September, taking runners on a picturesque route along Victoria Embankment, River Trent, and past Nottingham Castle, Robin Hood statue, the park, and Woollerton Park. What is interesting about this event is the good that comes out of it, whether people join it for fun and wear all sorts of things from tutus to stylized Robin Hood characters, from yellow kilts to Batgirl costume. They all broadcast the same message on the importance of pushing the limit, pushing the boundaries and inspiring others along the way. No matter whether you are professionals or someone who has just taken up running marathon, it is the strength of will that prevails. And what obvious is the outpour of support that people give. Runners encouraging each other's every step of the way, even if they seem to be on their last leg. People coming out of their house and put music on loudspeakers on the side of the road to cheer runners, and all is done in the spirit of giving support over whatever you want to achieve in life. This is very important in a society. This is a bedrock for society where people want everybody else to do well. The marathon is also a family affair for families and their dogs too, as you can see lots of dogs on the ground. And then you have the mini marathon, where kids run alongside their parents, where winning is not actually what matters most. It doesn't matter where you come first or last. It is all about inspiration. You then have kids out in droves supporting their parents, aunts, and uncles, and that's a good socialization of the values of lending support to your family members, including the ones pictured here. As in all events across the country, it also sees some support for good causes. Runners wear something that indicates the causes that they feel so strongly about, or some simple personal message that touches the heart. There are some commercial sides of it, but they are there to help running the event too. Without them, this event wouldn't have been possible. As an English teacher, I have my eyes peeled on the visual display that might carry some new vocabularies, new words, or idiomatic expression. And I saw one, spud, and up and running. I also love this kind of event with all the food they have on food trucks. And I was happy as soon as I got myself a cup of tea and a bag of ring donuts. And I was ready to get more pictures. Then winners start spinning in, passing the finish line with the time.
That's Matt, ladies and gentlemen.
And I love the comments of the announcer that makes the event more lively. The steel band kept playing, welcoming every single runners down to the last one, I believe. But in the end, what matters most is then you got the appreciation and acknowledgement of what you have strived for. When you tried it hard enough, you will get rewarded eventually. When I walk back home, there remains a trickle of runners along the road, and I heard voices of people cheering them up. This is a form of an important support that I believe will go a long way. Lots of runners are still making it to the finish line, but I'm afraid I have to sign off now. So I'll see you next week. I'll give you more updates on what is interesting in the British life and institution. Until then, take care.